won't look at you anymore, but they focus on her.
No, I'm shy because she's pretty.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm gonna blush.
Oh, so have you ever been here living in Vietnam?
I lived here last year for about 9 months, and then I went traveling for a bit, and I just got back here almost 3 months ago.
2 months ago.
yeah.
Okay. And what are you doing?
I'm a writer.
Right.
She's just becoming more nice.
And smart. So clever.
When I was living here last year, I actually didn't think that I would come back. And it wasn't until I went home that I felt quite bored and I missed the lifestyle here. So I was only home for maybe a week, and I booked a flight and I left and came back.
Oh, and how is your family react to your decision?
It was quite difficult, and I think it still is. They're not very happy about it because my parents are refugees, so they fled the country. So for them, it was quite a harsh thing and very confronting for them that they went to Australia to give me a better life, yet I chose to come back here. And I try to help them understand that it's not what it was before. You know, it's very liberal now, it's very modern, but I think it just takes time. Yeah.
Come back to your childhood. Like, since when you recognize that you are not really a girl?
A girl? I think I'm a girl. What?
Girl.
I'm a girl.
Like you realize that you're different with the other girls.
It's very interesting. I never actually felt different to the other girls because I've always been very feminine growing up. But in terms of being a lesbian, I realized probably I was certain when I was 18, but I had my first girlfriend when I was 16. But I never felt different. Like, yeah. It was very interesting. It was a strange journey.
But you never crushed on a boy before?
I actually had it was like a childhood crush. I was 12 and I had a boyfriend already, and he was my first kiss. And I was with him all through until I was 16, but I never went the whole way.
I know.
And
hold hands.
yeah,
Just hold hands.
just hold hands, and like I loved him very much, but that's all it was. It never escalated. And then I had my first girlfriend when I was 16, and then. And I was like, oh, okay.
This is like
I was like, I love this. This is good.
This is the honey.
yeah.
And your first girlfriend, did you tell your parents about it?
Actually, I didn't exactly say like, this is my girlfriend, or I never said, I'm gay. I kind of just brought her home a lot. And then after a while, my parents picked up on it and my brothers picked up on it, and we didn't really talk about it, but everyone was fine. They were very sweet about it. I'm very blessed.
Oh, your mom and dad come from Asia country, right?
Yes, so my dad is Vietnamese and my mom is Chinese.
Your mom and dad didn't react when you have girlfriend?
I think for my mom was very calm. But that's just her approach to everything in life. She's like, do what you have to do. And my dad, I think it would have been a little bit difficult for him, but he never really said anything. But he would drop little moments here and there. He would say stuff like once in a while he'd be like, when you grow up one day and you have a husband, and I'd just say to him, I'm not going to have a husband, Dad. And then he'd remember, he'd be, oh, I forgot you're a lesbian.
Do you think there's a difference between a man coming out and a woman coming out? Is there like different
Definitely.
pressures?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I have 3 older brothers. So I can't imagine what it would be like for them if they came out. For my parents, it was just hard for them because I'm their only daughter and I'm like my daddy's little girl, So, but with the boys, I don't know how my parents would manage that.
Yeah.
I think the society accepts lesbianism a little bit more than they would accept like a gay man. But the thing that's difficult for a lesbian person is that people don't take you seriously.
100%. They think it's a joke.
Yeah, they
It's
think
so weird.
I've actually seen some of my friends get real heartaches. Like there's one girl that is full on lesbian and the other one is just bi-curious.
Yeah.
So she's not really lesbian, but she's acting lesbian to get some attention or something like that.
I completely agree.
Have you ever experienced something like that?
Not myself in particular. I'm very hyper aware of such incidents, like especially when I was a little bit younger, like maybe between 19 and 20. That's when I started realizing a lot of straight girls seek a lot of validation from lesbians, which I find very interesting and a little bit sad. Some people would like want me to say like, oh, you know, do you find me attractive as a friend? And if I didn't feel like I was attracted to them in that way, they would be offended, which I felt was quite strange. You know?
Yeah, like I'm a girl, you must be attracted to me.
Yeah, it's very weird.
No.
Yeah.
I have taste.
I hope I have taste.
I can understand that feeling because being a gay, so the straight boy think that all the gays men like all the straight boys. No.
Yeah.
We're quite picky, sorry.
Yeah, I'm very picky.
Yeah, just because you're lesbian or gay doesn't mean you're gonna like all the girls or all the boys.
Yes. I'm not a predator. Sometimes, but
So do you have any special memory when you realized that you are a lesbian when you were young?
when I was young, I'm still young. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Careful. She's spicy.
In terms of good memories or bad memories, or just
both?
both? I don't really have a lot of poor memories. I can think of one though. I went to a party. I think I was 18 at this point.
Yeah.
And I was seeing this girl who had a boyfriend. And I didn't know that she had a boyfriend. And so I went to this party and her boyfriend showed up. And I'd never met this person before. And he had a bucket of water.
Yeah.
And he poured it on me at this party in front of everyone. And he said, "Get out of here, dyke."
Dyke is a mean word people call to lesbian.
But he's a man.
Yeah, but he found out that I was with his girlfriend. I had only been seeing her for maybe a few weeks, but I think she had told a few people and they told him. So then he came to this party and did that in front of everyone, which was quite traumatic.
How did you deal with that?
I left and I went home crying.
Oh gosh.
And
So rude.
and I think it was 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and my parents were away, and my brother was home, my older brother, and they were very protective of me, and I couldn't get into the house, and my brother opened the door, and he was like, "Where have you been?" He's like, "We've been looking for you," and I was like, "I was at a party," and then I just started crying, and he asked me what had happened, and I told him. And he was just like, "Who is he? I'm going to break his legs." I was like, no, it's all right. I was like, just calm down. So that was probably one of the few incidents or memories that I have from early on that were negative, but most of them were quite positive.
A little bird told me that you were quite a free bird at some point of your love life, and something about 3 lovers at one time.
Oh god.
I heard something like that. Was there any story like that?
I was so excited with
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a good girl.
I like strawberries.
I like strawberries and long walks on the beach. I've always had very serious relationships. But I'm trying this new thing called casual dating, which used to really terrify me a lot, but I really enjoy it now.
Casual dating, that's like just
Dating.
just going on a date, similar like Tinder?
No, it's so strange. When I moved here, I actually thought that it would be very difficult for me to find queer girls or lesbians or bisexual girls, because when I was living here last year, I lived with my ex-girlfriend. So I didn't go out and I wasn't looking. So I didn't know what the gay scene was like here in Saigon. And so I was just like, I'm just going to be lonely forever. And then while I was, as soon as I got here, I started going out and meeting people. So it wasn't even through Tinder, just like at parties, at a club. They're everywhere.
I know the lesbian community is quite a big community. I'm not gonna say why, I know.
I want to know why.
I am just curious how you can manage your time life for dating like 3 girls.
I'm not dating 3 girls
Right now.
right now. She's not dating 3 girls right now.
But used to.
No, it was just as long as everyone is aware of what's happening and just agreeing that this is just casual. Just hanging out, having fun. But it's not like you're my girlfriend. It's just they live their lives, I live my life.
Like open relationship.
It's not an open relationship because it's not really a relationship.
Yeah.
It's just hanging out, having fun.
Hanging out. I like that. So, let's go into a really cool question. I'm bisexual. Because I'm bisexual, I have found a lot of people not taking me seriously. They're always asking me to have threesomes with them.
I can't talk about it. It's so annoying.
So I'm guessing, as a lesbian, do you ever get asked the question, do you want to have a threesome with me?
All of the time.
Right.
It is so frustrating and demoralizing and annoying. I'm a lesbian. I don't understand why someone would still ask me. If other people want to have a threesome, that's totally fine.
Sure.
Go have a threesome. But I have already explicitly told you I'm a lesbian, meaning I do not want to sleep with you and your boyfriend. So
I'm into girls. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
please, but also go away.